Hi everyone, this is Mr. Rizzo here from the High School Guidance Office to talk a little bit about the Common Application and the general application process. Now, the Common App is probably the most popular application out there. However, it's not the only application out there. And for many of you, you might just default to thinking you have to use the Common Application. Well, you don't. In fact, in a lot of ways, the Common Application might be more difficult than using two, maybe even three different applications. So if you were applying to just a couple of SUNY schools, use the SUNY app. It's much easier. If you were applying to, say, maybe two SUNY schools and maybe Canisius or Niagara, I would say do the SUNY application and then Canisius's application. That's going to be a lot easier than doing the Common Application. With that said, if you do choose to use the Common Application, there are some things that you're going to want to use and remember and kind of work through. So moving to the main login page, once you've logged in, I'm just going to go through the Common Application process a little bit. I've already filled it out, and I'm going to go through it a little bit with you. Now, the directions that the Common App gives, first thing it tells you to do is go to College Search. I would say, you know what, go to right here and actually just start filling things out. And the reason why I suggest that is because the whole application process can be a little bit daunting. And if you kind of dive in and just start getting things plugged in and entering the data that you obviously know and have a pretty good handle on, it's going to make things a little bit easier. And I think it'll get you rolling. All right. So fill in all of this personal information that's here. Obviously, I've already done it before, but when you click Edit, this is sort of what the fields look like as you complete them. You want to make sure that each one of them has a little green check mark next to it. That's what you're looking for, are the green check marks. That means that it's all done. So all of this is sort of basic demographic information, nothing that's all that difficult. And you can kind of take a look. I'm going to click through all of these just so that you have an idea of what you're in for. This one right here, scholarship information, this is new this year, and it's sort of a scholarship link to the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation, which partners with, actually, I believe they own Scholarship Snap, Scholar Snap. And I believe what this is it's sort of a scholarship application that you can do that you only need to fill it out once, and it makes you eligible for a whole lot of different scholarships. So it might be worth taking a look at some point before you click yes or no. Okay. Once you've got the profile information done, go right to family, and then it asks for a heck of a lot of information about your parents, what their job is, where they went to college, when they graduated, which college they went to, a whole bunch of stuff. So get ready for that. To me, does it seem a little bit excessive that they're asking for all that information? Yeah, it kind of does. But all of these little red stars right here means that it is required. So you do have to, unfortunately, plug all of that in. And then they're going to ask for the same thing about any siblings that you have as well. So, like I said, there's a lot of information that they're asking for on the parent side of things. On the education side of things, click Edit, and this is what it looks like. You just plug in Clarence's name, and this is going to pop right up. Date of entry for you guys, it was September 2012 was when you started, and your graduation date is going to be June 25th of 2016. I plugged in my email right here, and it's nrizzo@clarenceschools.org, and it's the same thing for Mrs. Schaefer, C. Schaefer at clarenceschools.org, Andy A. Steger, Steger at clarenceschools.org, G. Gardner at clarenceschools.org, and that's GGARDNER at clarenceschools.org. And then Mrs. O'Brien is SOBRIEN at clarenceschools.org. This is our phone number right here. Most of you have not attended another school, so it's going to be 0. Most of you have not. I would think none of you would have had an educational interruption to report. Now, colleges and universities, if any of you have done a SUPA class or are doing a SUPA class or even a New Step class through Niagara University, you would put this down right here. There's a lookup that would be for the SUPA program, and it's a course taught on a secondary high school campus, and just put in the dates that you've taken it from. Right. If we click on edit, it'll show you exactly what that looks like right there. Okay, we'll continue, and then grades, you're going to put in what your class rank is, whether it's weighted, which it certainly is, the approximate class size, which is about 370, what your overall GPA is. It's a 100-point scale, and the GPA is also weighted. Now, you might not have this information just yet, what your rank is and what your GPA is. We're posting that on your transcript, and your transcript is going to be posted in Naviance by October 1st. So check there for that information, and you'll be able to put it right in here once you've got that. Okay. Also on your transcript is the listing of your senior year courses. Actually, all of your courses, but senior year courses need to get entered into the Common App, and you're going to want to put those in exactly as they're spelled out on the transcript. For here, I'll scroll down and edit just so that you can get a sense. If you're taking 6 courses in your senior year, they're going to make you list all 6 of them, and it's a semester scheduling system that we use, and SUPA is a dual enrollment course. English 12 would be a Regents course, Pre-Calculus a Regents course, Physics Regents, same thing, AP Statistics, fairly obvious, it's an AP course, and Team Sports, Phys Ed. I actually listed that as a full year course. It's technically a semester course, but you don't want to list Team Sports twice, so you can put it in as a full year course. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Then from here, you can put in any of the honors that you might have received. If it was honor roll, if it was AP Scholar, if it was something having to do with national merit, all of that should go right in to this spot right here. For here, future plans. Obviously, I'm a little partial to being a school counselor, so I've plugged this in. Also, I went to Geneseo, and I lean on Geneseo to be the example that I use for a couple of different things. Next, testing. If you've taken any tests for ACT, SAT, or AP tests, they're going to ask you for it, and they're going to say how many do you want to report if you've taken the plus writing, and number of future SATs that you would, ACTs rather, that you would expect to take. And that's actually important, because if you do happen to submit this prior to those scores coming in, this is a flag to the college that, hey, they need to wait to find out if you're going to be taking the test again. They need to wait to find out what those scores are. So this is what all of this looks like. It's fairly straightforward, fairly self-explanatory. I just plugged in a whole bunch of dummy information, just basic information here, just so that I could get the little green check marks there. Now, activities. This one's important. You're able to list you're able to list 10 activities, and of those activities, you want to list them in order of importance. So if you've played sports, if you've had a job, you're going to want to make sure that they're listed in order of importance for you. You're going to want to list community service endeavors that you've had. Now, if you volunteered for someplace for 2 hours, you don't want to list that. But if you've had something that's been a really sustained community service opportunity that you've taken part in, that's something that you're going to want to look at, or that you're going to want to list. Now, it gives you the opportunity to put a description in right here, and that is we're going to actually get cut off, guys. I believe that I've only got a couple of more seconds here for the screencast. We're going to take it to a part 2, so we'll take it to a part 2 in just a couple of minutes.